Did you know that Newport, Kentucky was once a major hub for riverboat gambling and an exotic nightlife with mob bosses and gangsters in control? Some have even referred to it as Little Vegas, but today it can tell a whole different story. Newport is located on the northern border of Kentucky, just south of Cincinnati, separated by the Ohio River. Its vibrant beginnings and its historical past is intriguing to say the least. Some of its history even lurks deep on the dark side. Newport was settled around 1791 and officially incorporated as a town in 1795 by James Taylor, an American banker, and is named after Admiral Christopher Newport, who led the first English ships that carried the settlers to Jamestown, Virginia, that became known as the founding of Jamestown. In 1803, the federal government established Newport Barracks military post that served as a supply depot during various conflicts and as a recruiting center during the War of 1812. It was also used during the Civil War in 1861, acting as a recruiting center and supply depot for the Union forces. In 1894, Newport Barracks closes due to its decline in usefulness as military needs shifted towards larger installations. Not to mention, because of its location, it was prone to frequent flooding. All military personnel and equipment were transferred to Fort Thomas, which is now a city in Campbell County, Kentucky. On January 2, 1895, Newport Barracks was officially transferred to the city of Newport, bringing the end of its military use after being operational 92 years, since 1803. The site was later developed into General James Taylor Park. By the mid-1800s, due to Newport's location, it strategically bolstered its trade and industry. Its location at the confluence of the Ohio and the Licking Rivers, directly across from Cincinnati, definitely played as an advantage for their growth, particularly during the 19th century. The major industries included iron, steel, sawmills, and breweries. They also produced rope and other textiles. The brewing industry during these early years consisted of the Jefferson Street Brewery, owned by John Butcher in 1866. He partnered with George Wiedemann in 1870, and the name changed to the Butcher-Wiedemann Brewing Company. George Wiedemann brought out Butcher in 1878, and it became known as the Wiedemann Brewing Company. The Wiedemann Brewing Company grew into the largest brewery in Kentucky. The Hudepohl Brewing Company, owned by Ludwig Hudepohl, started in 1885 just across the Ohio River in Cincinnati. It was also an influence on the region. Between 1865 and 1930, Newport, Kentucky experienced significant growth and change. After the establishment and the closure of the military post, there was a rise of gambling and nightlife. Also in the 1900s, Newport developed factories and businesses, contributing to its economic landscape. Notable crime figures operated in Newport during this time, with illegal activities becoming a significant part of the local economy. While Cincinnati was establishing a squeaky clean manager system between 1915 and 1935, Newport's underworld quickly recognized the opportunity that was laying wait at their feet. Major players in organized crime such as Meyer Linsky, known as the mob's accountant, played a key part in organized crime's new footing in Sin City, Newport. Gangsters like Mo Dallas and Bugsy Siegel began to plant casinos and brothels that grew like weeds throughout Newport's communities. For the next 3 decades, the South Shore of the Ohio River excelled in brazen criminality that once defined Cincinnati. Newport earned the title Sin City due to its involvement of gambling, bootlegging, and prostitution, particularly during the Prohibition era from 1919 through 1933, with the passage of the Volstead Act in 1919, which banned the sale of alcoholic beverages with an alcohol content greater than 2.75%. The passage of the act put Newport on the fast track. It started gaining notoriety in organized crime and became known as the gambling hub and for illegal drinking establishments during this era. The rise of organized crime activities would stay strong until the mid to late 1950s. Gambling and bootlegging, along with prostitution, seemed to be the direct response to Prohibition. Criminal organizations such as the Cleveland Four capitalized on the demand for illegal alcohol. They distributed liquor and expanded their influence in Newport, leading to fierce competition among rival gangs. The struggle for control over the illegal alcohol trade resulted in violent confrontations. Gangsters like Frank "Screw" Andrews was another violent, notorious figure involved in numerous violent incidents. The city was home to numerous speakeasies and was heavily influenced by the organized crime orchestrated by the gangsters who promoted these shady activities. Prostitution was rampant and often occurred openly on the streets. The criminal underworld flourished in Newport during this time. Gangsters from larger cities like Chicago and New York established operations in Newport too. When George Remus arrived from New York, he became Cincinnati's king of the bootleggers. He went to prison in 1925 for violations of the Volstead Act, serving a 2-year sentence in the Atlanta Federal Penitentiary. His henchmen, known as the Cleveland Syndicate and sometimes called the Cleveland Four, included Mo Dulitz, Morris Kleinman, Louis Rothkopf, and Sam Tucker. They established various illegal businesses in Newport, Kentucky. While Remus was in prison, his wife, Imogene Holmes, who played a significant role that led to his downfall and imprisonment, took control of his assets. She began having an affair with Frank Dodge, an undercover Prohibition agent. Together, they would start deliquidating his assets. They even attempted to deport him and even hired a hitman to murder him. When Remus was released from prison, he shot Imogene on October 6, 1927, during a confrontation related to their divorce proceedings, leading to his trial where he was acquitted by reason of temporary insanity. He met her getting out of a cab in Eden Park, located in Cincinnati, Ohio, and she later died from her injuries. Franklin Dodge resigned from the Bureau of Investigation due to the scandal from his involvement in the affair with Imogene Remus. After leaving the Bureau, Dodge moved to Michigan and he worked for the Michigan Liquor Control Commission. Well, I just went down a little rabbit hole there, but I'm ready to get back on track now. Newport became synonymous with vice, attracting visitors seeking gambling, prostitution, and illegal drinking establishments. The end of Prohibition in 1933 did not erase Newport's criminal legacy. The city had established itself as a center for vice, and many of the illegal activities persisted in various forms. In 1937, the Great Flood devastated Newport, with water levels reaching unprecedented heights. The result in the deaths of 385 people and left nearly 1 million homeless across the affected regions. Civic groups advocated for comprehensive flood control, leading to the construction of storage reservoirs to mitigate future flood risk and prompting the construction of a flood wall that was completed in 1948. Holding on to the Sin City reputation, many famous people visited Newport. Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Marilyn Monroe, and Sam Cooke are just a few who would perform there and was known to frequent its bars and clubs. Duke Ellington is known to have performed at the Newport Jazz Festival in 1956 along with his band. Ellington at Newport, his live jazz album, was recorded at the Jazz Fest that year. Some say the concert revitalized Ellington's flagging career. The concert has been described as the greatest performance of Ellington's career. It stood for everything that jazz had been and everything it could be. By this time, Newport had transformed significantly. but its history during Prohibition remained a key part of its identity. By the 1950s, Las Vegas began to lure serious criminal enterprises away from Newport, which had been known for the illegal gambling and corruption during the Prohibition era. The fading gambling operations in the 1960s led to economic decline. The city struggled with corruption and deteriorating infrastructure for the next decade. As illegal activities such as gambling and bootleg faded, this slowly lowered the revenue stream that helped to prop up the local economy. As gambling and other illegal activities disappeared, job loss grew, which caused many other problems through the 1970s. Newport needed some new ideas, and those ideas would come. Newport shifted its focus to family-friendly tourism in the 1980s and the 1990s. The Newport Aquarium opened in 1999 and is now home at what's known as Newport on the Levee. The construction of the levee began a year later in 2000 and officially opened in 2001. The levee serves as a shopping and entertainment destination today. This revitalized the waterfront and boosted the attraction of visitors. As the industry and entertainment grew, the economy followed. The views of the river have been recorded on film in many ways by many people. At night, the views of the lights in downtown Cincinnati can be breathtaking. Newport has established local historic districts to preserve and protect the historic buildings, which are governed by specific zoning laws. These laws aim to maintain the architectural integrity of the city while promoting sustainable development and community welfare. The well-preserved and revitalized architecture of Newport features a variety of architectural styles, including Greek Revival and Italianate. The communities of Mansion Hill and Gateway form the East Row Historic District and is notable for its Victorian homes, among many other styles of architecture. Fortunately, for the eye of the beholder, the city has made great efforts to preserve its historical buildings and educate residents about its rich history through various programs and tours. Newport, Kentucky currently celebrates the Newport Entertainment District. It's a vibrant area that promotes local businesses, restaurants, and nightlife along historic Mama Street. It features various activities, making it a lively spot to explore as an evening of fun. You can also discover the dark, sordid past of Newport on guided tours by tour guides dressed as gangsters by signing up for the Newport Gangster Tour. Newport on the Levee is a great destination for entertainment, dining, and shopping. It operates Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and on Sunday from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. The levee also offers a 20-screen movie theater with comfortable seating, online ticketing, and a variety of films. The theater features amenities like power reclining seating and a full bar for a complete movie experience. Newport on the Levee is also known as Northern Kentucky's entertainment capital. Well, that's the scoop on Newport, Kentucky. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did telling you about it. Let me know what you think and give it a thumbs up. I'll see you in the next place.